Hold on, let me get this together. All right, cool. As you come in, make sure you hit the like button. Come in and hit the like button. Click on the subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click on the bell so whenever I go live, you'll get a notification that I'm live. It is, 10:35 in this Mississauga, Canada. You dig. You know what I'm saying? And we here, man, one more again. You know what I mean? The fellowship, one more time. You dig? Hold on for a minute. Let me do this right quick. Yeah, I like that y'all got them likes looking right. Shout out to the gang. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we gonna talk about Lil J later, man. I ain't gonna lie, I messed up about that one. I was wishing him well, and he was doing well. He was doing good. Hopefully God be merciful, man, because what you don't understand is by him coming off of that attempt murder case, even though he wasn't the trigger man, he's involved in the case, and then to get arrested on some gun charges, boy. Just when you think that people would learn, like even before I get into this situation, see, let me just say this. When you really love your liberty in society, I ain't gonna say freedom, but when you really love your liberty in society, man, and you ain't trying to go back in a correctional facility, you know what I mean? When you really tired of being in the same a dorm room or a cell with another man, when you really like just doing what you want to do, how you want to do, when you want to do it, it's certain things, man, that you do once you get your liberty back in society, man. You don't be in no car with 30-something pills on you. You don't be, if you got individuals around you, them niggas need to have them guns. But I understand, I ain't gonna lie, in Lil J's situation, it's kind of hard because even if I had a whole bunch of dudes that was armed and dangerous and had a reputation for this and that, I ain't gonna lie, I still want to have some with me, man, because the best person to trust over my life is always gonna be me. Just being real. So I can't. It's really a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation, man. But do me a favor, let's get them likes up, and let's get into this now. We just did the court video, and in the court video, I showed you things that you normally, after seeing the little YouTubers that dislike me or individuals that have hatred towards me, you see me point out some things that was never pointed out in their reviews. Because if they would actually listen to the damn videos, they would actually see that my convictions are given in the very beginning and end of the video. Just like with this one, she's going to let it be known that I was convicted for pandering and living of the earnings of prostitution. Notice she never says minor. The only mistake that she made in here is she was reading, like most of you, she was reading basically allegations. She didn't have the motion of discovery. Within this video, she's going to say, yeah, it says here that they look like minors. And she's saying what the guy said at the Plaza Hotel when he said that I came up in there and he said, man, he was with 4 prostitutes and all of them look young. And the girls that he's talking about is Nicole Morton, which was 18 going on 19 at the time. Jennifer Harper is 23. And if he was referring to Desire, Desire was 26. Only one that could have been, a minor at the time was Lakeisha. So, like I said, it's just a bunch of falsified information that has been conveyed, on my name. And so that's why I had to preside over this, because if you put my name in, you'll see different, individuals, struggle YouTubers, people that's struggling to get, 500 views by the grace of God within a week, that type of shit. Really just using my name. Not that they genuinely care about the girl or the situation, but just to, build their subs up and try to act like, oh my God, how could YouTube allow this guy to be on YouTube? How could they allow this? We got to do better, my people. Oh my God, how could he allow the black woman? You know what I mean? That type of shit. They having little Oscar award performances, on YouTube, you know what I mean, trying to come up on melanated pussy, trying to come up on some green currency. It's just the hustle, man. It is what it is. But without further ado, it's time to get into this, because many of you was like, Sin, I thought you said you never get high. Sin. So we're going to look at the parole videos in this one. Let's go.
Would you please state your name and your NDOC number for the board?
It's Philip Gilmore and 1036381.
Gilmore. I'm hearing Representative Thomas, and beside me here is Commissioner Keeler. And we are the panel designated to consider you for parole in reference to criminal case number 244542, wherein you were convicted of pandering and living from earning.
Hold on, I don't know why this video is struggling with the audio. Let's go back. Notice she just said my convictions. Notice that the word minor was not mentioned. Let's go back.
In reference to criminal case number 244542, wherein you were convicted of pandering and living from earnings of prostitute. In reference to the pandering charge.
Again, let's go back. We're at the parole hearing. So that means that if you're at parole hearing, that means that you're already in prison. So she's reading my convictions. As she's reading my convictions, once again, notice that you do not hear minor. You know why? Because I didn't go to prison for anything pertaining to a minor. That was dropped. I went to prison for Jennifer Harper. I did not go to prison for Lakeisha Jordan. That is why. They dropped every charge pertaining to the minor. I went for adult charges. I never had to register as a sex offender, never had lifelong supervision, none of that. Again, let's listen.
Commissioner Keeler, and we are the panel designated to consider you for parole in reference to criminal case number 244542, wherein you were convicted of pandering and living from earnings of prostitute. In reference to the pandering charge, you were sentenced to 18 months to 48 months confinement. Your parole eligibility date is March 14, 2009, and your projected expiration date is July 9, 2010. You have the pending, which is 12 to 32 months, and that's for the living from.
God damn. Hold on. Oh, struggle ass video. Rewind.
2010.
Hold on. Give me a second.
And that's for the.
And for my nigga that said, yeah, this is the video where you admit that you did cocaine. I'm so glad you're here. Don't block him. Let him stay. Let him stay. Bless that young man. Sin, this is the video where you admit that you did cocaine. Sin, you was on drugs. You was doped out. Hold on. Yeah, as O'Shea would say, struggle streaming. That's why in the future, Sin gonna put up, I'm gonna have to get me a nerd team. Just like Shay. Hold on.
and that's for the living from earnings of. Is that your understanding of the dates and the charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you understand that if you were granted parole, it would just be to your consecutive sentence and not to the streets?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you please look at the screen and tell us whether or not that is your name attached to that notice of hearing form?
My vision is not as clear as it's supposed to be. You said above?
You see a form there on the screen?
Yes, I see it. I see Philip Gilmore.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your signature attached?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. For the record, the notice of this meeting and advice on the rights was properly executed and will therefore continue with this hearing. What we're doing, Mr. Gilmore, is we're trying to determine whether or not you are a good candidate to be paroled to your consecutive sentence. And in doing so, we need to find out some information about you, and such information as
Let me also say this. I kept saying, totally, because I thought because of the time frame, I kept sitting over there saying that, concurrent when it was consecutive, because the only reason why I got out, so early is because I already had 13 months in. So the first sentence, it didn't take really long for me to pretty much be eligible for parole on that. And it didn't take long to expire on that. So, once this parole board was over, whether they was going to give it to me or not, I was going to expire on that simply because you got to remember I already had 13 months time credit served. So I was moving on to my next sentence, which was a category D felony. So because it was a category D felony in Nevada, I got time coming from the front and I got time coming from the back. You know what I'm saying? So like, how could I not take that type of deal? I was going to be out in no time. So that was another reason why I wasn't tripping on whether they gave me probation or not, because John Paris was talking about doing probation for 4 to 5 years, and that just sounded like hell. But come on.
why you committed the incident offense, what your feelings are in reference to that offense. We'll ask you about your prior criminal history, if there is any, and we'll be asking about what you've been doing since you've been in prison. But before we start our questions, are there any comments or statements you'd like to make?
Let's get them likes over 300.
Before we start.
Mr. Reed, appreciate the 20, man. Thanks for showing respect as always. Blessings to Mr. Reed.
No, you may proceed, ma'am.
Okay, would you then go ahead and tell us how it was you came to be convicted of this offense?
During this particular time, my drug addiction had increased.
Do Sin got the struggle braids?
I grew up kind of like in a defense mechanism. What I mean by that is my mother kind of like raised me in a church environment. So
Yeah, these was like the ugly days when you first growing your hair. I don't mean to be like that. I know this is a serious situation, but I can't lie. You know what I mean? I just wish they could have caught me when my hair was longer. You know what I mean? This is nigga looking a fool right now, man. You know what I mean? With the struggle braids, you know? But yes, hold on. I'm about to get into me doing drugs, and I'm about to speak on that. Let's get into it.
my drug addiction had increased. I grew up kind of like in a defense mechanism. What I mean by that is my mother kind of like raised me in a church environment. So kind of like when I got out to Vegas, I kind of So I had more of freedom and liberty to do things because growing up in the church that I came out of, it was like a sanctified church. We had like a lot of restrictions. So came out here when I was started off singing in lounges and things like that, and then I got into the drug culture and things like that as far as a user. And then I came across a young lady who I began to basically start a relationship with. During that particular time, I did not know that she was involved in prostitution. Speaking of Mrs. Jennifer Harper, which was of the age of, she was adult age. And
She was what?
She was a adult age, adult.
Oh, adult.
She was an adult.
Okay.
Yeah. So within.
So for those of you that are hearing this and you like, man, Sin lied to us. He said that he never did drugs. But in this video, he's admitting that he's drugged the fuck out, man. Sin was on some losing Isaiah shit. Sin was New Jack City. You know, he used to be Prime King. Man, Sin was out here a dope fiend, man. He quoting all them scriptures. But drug habits was his big picture, man. You know, he allowed the devil to really seduce and reduce him, man. He was out here looking a fool, man, on drugs. He was sending hoes to work just so he could go buy that work, just so the devil can work him, man. Oh, man, I thought Sin was somebody to look up to. Him and Freeze putting on this goody two-shoe image, man. Drinking water, eating fruit and all of that shit. The whole motherfucking time, man. You know what I mean? He on the motherfucking Styles P. He getting high, high, high. Brown Hornet, man, appreciate the 10. Let me say this to you, famo. I've never been high before in my life. I've never been drunk before in my life. All right? So let me say this. Shout out to Robin Big Head Ass. I've never had this in my life. What you seeing me doing is I am selling a dream. I am selling a movie. I am selling a motion picture. I am putting on my acting skills. I am using drugs as a way to basically create a movie where this young man leaves Chicago. At first, he grew up in a holiness background, real restricted. And then he ends up backsliding. He leaves God. He leaves Chicago. He goes to the West Coast to pursue music. He then dropped out of college. Ends up getting into it with this girl. They in their little relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. Come to find out that the girl is a prostitute. He meets other prostitutes through her. He ends up living off the earnings of prostitutes, you know what I mean, through her. His green ass catches a case. That is the movie that I'm selling. Do you see what I'm saying? Appreciate that, James. You know, matter of fact, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if I could do that for y'all. She might be.
Hello?
Are you busy?
I'm about to do my story now.
You about to who?
Hold on. I'm going to put this phone on. 1 second. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm in my hair right now. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, this sin. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
During the time that you was that I was presiding over you, I want to ask you: have you ever seen me get high?
No, never.
You ever
Don't take a
seen
cigarette either.
you ever seen me get drunk?
No.
Ever?
No. I mean, you had a drink or something, but you never got drunk.
You've never, woman. When have you ever seen me even put alcohol in my mouth?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Un momento, por favor.
Silencio, Joseph Jehoshaphat, whatever you're talking about, you know. Hold on.
I'm trying to press my hair, but okay. You know what? I may be wrong. I think most of the time, you know, I have my eyes on my toes when you was around your pee partners, but when they would be trying to have a drink or whatever, you would like order something like water.
Right, exactly. So you've never seen me get high, and you've never seen me drunk before.
No.
And for the record, who are you? Who was you when you was with me?
Gigi.
Thank you. And
Okay,
and
have a
you're
good night.
and for the record, you work a square job and everything now, right?
Yes, I work at a law firm. Yes,
And
sir.
married, right?
Yes.
All right. That's all I wanted to know. You be blessed. You see you doing your hair and all of that shit. Blessings to you. I just
No, keep it pimping, pimping. Love
appreciate
you.
the confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, you just heard Gigi. That's Gigi from the video. She's married now, working a job. You see how Sin got it? Now that bitch is married. Hold on. She's married now. She works a job now. She don't hold no more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I told you it was best that she be over there on the other side. But again, never seen me get high, never seen me get drunk. And that's one of the so-called alleged victims in the case. You know? Yeah, you see her keep it pimping, trying to sound fly. Bitch, get your square. Going back to your little man. But yeah, man, I've never been high or drunk before. So seeing what was you doing? Selling a dream? I'm trying to go ahead and get that, I'm trying to go ahead and make it. I mean, if I don't, I'm not tripping. But I'm not gonna lie, like, if you want to give me this parole, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if you don't, I ain't gonna kiss your ass. You know what I mean? But yes, I'm selling a dream. I'm painting that picture, man. Do me a favor, get my likes over 400.
Relationship, I ended up learning that she was involved in prostitution, but at the same time, I had me a friend that liked to get high, and also by me being a young man at that time, I was indulging in fornication and just having fun, as I thought what fun was, my small definition of what fun was. And during this time, I ended up meeting another young lady through her. Was of an adult age, and she lied about her age to be in the environment with me. Had not she had lied about her age, this could have been avoided, not to make any excuses or justification on why I'm here, because I did commit the crime. But at the same time, if she didn't tell me that she was under the age of 18, this wouldn't even came further.
Okay.
This wouldn't even made it this long.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, as far as like using drugs, my discernment had got poor, negligence on my part, and
Look at the movie that I'm selling. Seeing why did you take it to church and all of that? Because after you catch a case and it's a minor involved, man, you want to tell any type of story that makes you look like a human being. So, of course, I'm taking it back to gospel songs and church, and I'm thinking of whatever square ass shit that I could think of to tell this bitch. Because if somebody don't know you and they just reading on a piece of paper and they're defining you, you know what I mean, by allegations and convictions and things like that, then most certainly you would have to, say something, you know what I mean, to paint yourself, you know what I mean, as somebody like, look, I'm not this monster that you reading about on this piece of paper. That's not me. You know what I mean? Let me give you my upbringing. Let me give this. Now, just so happened, she was one of them black bitches. She wasn't feeling none of that. Man, it's a young black girl. She said, man, I don't want to hear none of that. You a predator. You a human trafficker. Go to hell. But at least don't be exempt from trying to attempt, you know what I mean, to convey that. You know what I mean? But that's all I was doing. I was just pretty much, selling the bitch a movie.
false identification, but as a young man, if I had been doing the things that I was taught as a child from my mother, my grandmother, because I got a strong church foundation, if I had done the things that were instilled in me as a child, I wouldn't be here. So as a result of disobedience and of the instructions that my mother and my grandmother has implanted in me as a child and going contrary, this is the results. So, not to make any justification, I committed the crime of pandering. I apologize.
I thought I told y'all to get them likes over 400, man. Y'all tripping. Yeah, we'll start the video back up once I see them likes over 400. We going on 700 people already, and you guys is playing with the likes, man. Shout out to my cousin Steven that's out here. Shout out to Sapoba the Prince. Blessings to the pimpin'. You know? All right, we can start now.
Say I apologize for even this time that we're spending here today because I'm not a criminal. If you check the record, prior to that, I had a little case before that ended got dismissed. But to the age of 23 years old, everything is zero. I've never been arrested a day in my life because everything coming up was singing. That's all I've ever done is sing and play.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm not violent. I'm not. It's just that time I just got caught up in drugs and finally got into some sexual activity, and devil had my mind. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Devil had my mind. Oh shit. Oh. Oh my God. They should have came out with the organ. You know what I mean? Oh man, I should have had the organ, man. Somebody should have had an organ on the side. You know what I mean? I was messed up. I was doing my thing. I was doing my thing. I was in sin. Sin had me bound. And I need everybody, yes. The devil had my mind. Can I hear somebody say, ooh, yes? Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I needed somebody on the organ, man. Well. Oh, man, the devil had my mind. Man, I'm stupid as hell. If you don't love me, I love me enough for me. I told the bitch the devil had my mind. Come on.
You don't have any other convictions, Mr. Gilmore. However, you do have a couple other arrests, and they were for domestic violence, no prior conviction, and robbery and pandering.
And see, that's the thing. When you're just reading this shit, let me break this down. She says you have no, you don't have no history like that. Everything got pretty much letting you know it got dismissed. But she's trying to bring up, notice that because I didn't have no history, in these cases was dismissed, but with squares, always remember that. With squares, allegations is convictions. You're guilty to proven to be more guiltier, and allegations are convictions. They don't need convictions. Just the point of having allegations alone, that's convictions among people that dislike you, and especially among squares. All right? So listen, with the domestic violence, which I did a video on, you could just put in the first time Sinful to P ever got arrested. And that video will pop up. I described everything. That was with the Yanni bitch. And it's so fucked up because she was actually getting into it with Freeze. You know what I'm saying? But I sat up there and distracted that so Freeze could get away. And long story short, man, you know what I mean? That bitch basically was doing everything in her power, saying everything in her power, you know what I mean? And following me, so Metro can get in my business. Real talk, But that's the first time that I actually had my first official arrest. Of course, the case was dropped, but this is the same bitch that told them people that I drove up to Boulder Highway in a damn Malibu car. I've never had no motherfucking Malibu, bitch. No disrespect to nobody, but bitch, I ain't never had no bitch cars. So she said I drive up in a Malibu car. I get out of the Malibu and I smack the shit out of her and take $7 out her purse and get back in the car and mob the fuck off. And that was the robbery case. They gave me a robbery case. They didn't have no evidence to support, but they gave a robbery case for this bitch telling them people that I hopped out of a Malibu car, suited and booted, smacked the shit out of the bitch, took the $7 out of her purse, got back in my car, and bailed the fuck out. And that was the robbery case. See how, like, when you listen to people read things off paper, as soon as you hear it, it's like, ooh, robbery. But then once you're able to read the details or hear the details pertaining to the case, you're like, oh man, this was some bullshit. So the robbery case was dropped. The domestic violence case was dropped. And the other pandering case was dropped. I had a pandering case with her, that was dropped. And also the living of the earnings of prostitution case was also dropped. And that was the case where I told you where I just got on the strip and she calls my phone and she say, where you at, Sam? Where you at, daddy? And she talking good to me. And anybody that know this the same bitch, all you got to do is put in Sinful to P, Minister Jap. This is that same bitch that I'm speaking about. This is the same bitch if you put in Sinful to P, first time arrested, and Sinful to P, no, I don't mean $700, $7. That was the robbery case. She told them people that. So listen, the bitch, she actually calls me saying, where you at? I want to break myself to you. No. She didn't say that. Excuse me. Don't put maybe. She said, where you at? I got some money. I want to, give it to you. I said, well, I just touched down on the strip. You know what I mean? I'm going to just have to see you later because I just touched down on the strip. She said, where are you? You know what I mean? Right now. I want to see you right now. I want to put it in your hand. And the bitch just kept on like, let me see you. I want to see you. And I want to put it in your hand. I want to put it in your hand. I was like, man, this bitch sitting here with the people. I was like, look, you and them goofy motherfuckers, man, you know what I mean? Them sissy motherfuckers that's standing around you, y'all should have came up with a way better plan than this. You know what I mean? Y'all should have put y'all minds together and came up with something way better than this. You know what I mean? Y'all be blessed and hung up. All right? So Moonlight, no, it ain't about that, baby. It ain't about that. Do me a favor, give my likes up to 500. Matter of fact, delete that comment, baby. Delete that comment. The mod shouldn't even have to delete it, baby. You delete it. Major, appreciate that 10, man. Man, I appreciate all the love and respect. You know, man, ain't that a blessing, man? Where you could talk about old court cases and shit, and you could get paid. Oh my God, this is such a blessing, man. Blessings to the game, man. Y'all make me feel loved. I'm sitting over here talking about old court cases and parole hearings and shit and receiving motherfucking contributions, man. Ain't nothing better than this, man. Blessings to the game, man. Blessings to all y'all, man. Seeing feeling loved around this bitch. But listen, they gave me the case, right? And the Ray Gun, appreciate that too, man. Whole bunch of ones is better than a whole bunch of nuns. Appreciate that. Blessings to you. But this is the thing, right? They had to drop the living of the earnings of prostitution case with Yanni in it simply because when I represented, that's what they didn't tell you. Sin represented itself. I didn't need nobody to represent me in that. What I simply just asked the judge, how could this be a living of the earnings of prostitution case when, if you read the conversation between us, she never says where she has got the money from? If she never made it known that she prostituted for the money, then how could this be living of the earnings of prostitution? One, the money never made it to my hand. And number two, which is still number one, she never made it known within the conversation where she got this money from. So how is this a living of the earnings of prostitution case? And do you hear me that God is so good that case was dropped the same day? Yeah, she sat up there and dropped that case. So Yanni was a thorn in my side, just lying and causing multiple cases. But because of those multiple cases, she was another reason why I didn't want to go to trial, because I had cases with different women who had prostitution priors, and that was not a good look. But come on.
Force, okay. So it's not like you have a totally clean record. This is your first conviction, at least the only one that we're able to file, and only one that we know about, okay.
Look how the bitch is being slick. She said this is the only one we know about. Do you hear how dumb that sound? You're literally looking at the internet. You're looking at the paperwork. You're talking about this is the only convictions that we know about. The fuck? What are you, a square that's outside of the, you don't work for these, you're not looking at the paperwork, you're not looking at what they showing you. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's the only one, you know what I mean? So she already had a smart Alec type of attitude. You know, she gave me the impression that, you know, she wanted to probably be with a fly ass pimp and got denied or something. You know what I mean? She gave me that type of impression that maybe her mama or grandmama got mashed on back in the day or something. Come on.
You know, when you told a little, I don't know, like a wraparound story, you know, I don't know if there's any truth in there anywhere, but you did come out finally, and I guess you did, yeah, you did say some truth. You did say that you were pandering. But that was after trying to sugarcoat it and, you know, go on the barn and you know, and circumvent the truth. But that's okay. All right. We know what happened. You know what happened. You just confessed to it. That's good. You've been convicted of it. All right. You never did mention what your feelings are about that offense. And I'm wondering, I'm curious. You said you came from a religious background. And I'm sure a part of your religion didn't teach you that it was okay to go out and try to live off the earnings of a victim.
Well, first of all, bitch, I never said I came from a religious background or said I was part of any religion. And no, the doctrine that I was taught never told me to be a part of any lifestyle of carnality or criminality. But at the same damn time, you understand me, Boston Baked Bean Head ass bitch. Yes, you know what I mean? I did come out to Vegas and, you know what I mean, seeing did, you know, June of 2007, get into the lifestyle. And, you know, this is what happens when, you know, you are not laced right. This is what happens when you come in the game, you know what I mean, retarded, you know what I mean, not a proper lacing or any of that. And also, this is what happens when you too goddamn egotistical, you know what I mean, to listen to other individuals who've been in this game and got more game, you know what I mean, than you. You know, this is what happens. You know, a hard head, you know, man, gonna make some hard time at times. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely take heed, young people, man. Sin did not want to listen. It wasn't that God didn't send warning or different individuals to bring exhortation, but at that time, man, I was so full of myself, you know what I mean, I couldn't hear nobody but me. And yeah, we see what that led to. We see what that led to. So this go out to every young P like, oh man, you know what I mean? I ain't gotta let you feel like you God in the flesh right now. But yeah, man, just like my dumb ass, you know what I mean, had to learn and I had to be humbled and I had to, you know, humble myself. Like I always tell you, it's better for you to humble yourself than for God to humble you. Because when God humbles you, you might lose someone or you might lose a body part. You might lose your life. You might lose some time in your life. You might lose your life serving a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to humble yourself rather than for God to humble you. I'd rather for you to humble yourself. You know, because if God has to bring you to a place of humility, it might be in a correctional facility, man. You know, I'm pretty sure that it's certain individuals, I mean, I don't want to use, I don't even, matter of fact, I'm just going to use myself. I ain't using nobody but me. But it was plenty of times where, you know, God had used certain individuals to speak to me. But at that time, man, I had deaf ears. Appreciate that, bro. Good looking, man. Blessings to Ohio, too. Appreciate the two. Good looking. Let's go.
Girl, in this case, 14 is what the police report indicates. And they also indicate there were a couple other young women, and none of them were adult. There's one that was possible.
You see this lie? Hold on, let's go back. Listen to the lie.
Try to live off the earnings of a victim, a young girl in this case. 14 is what the police report indicates. And they also indicate there were a couple other young women, and none of them were adult. There's one.
Like I told you, now notice that Nothing what she said was said within the courtroom. Do you hear me? Yes, he's still free, baby. Why would you ask something like that? Yes, he's free, darling. Again, notice that Gigi was at court. Nicole Morton, I said her age. Notice the only thing that I got that me and the judge got into it about was the pregnancy situation. It was discrepancy with the pregnancy. You know what I mean? Other than that, when I stated everybody's age, notice that I was never called a liar. Notice that nobody ever interrupted me. Steve, was no sense of timing her out. She all good. No, what the hell? No, Steve, you tripping, man. Unhide her. Unhide her, cuz. Yeah, you tripping. I love you, but yeah, you tripping right now. Y'all blocking women, man. What's wrong with y'all? We don't block. Bitch really got to do something out of bounds, man, to get blocked around here. Man, unhide her with the quickness, man. One of my moms unhide her, man. Immediately. And Ebony, once you get out of timeout, you know what I mean, start talking. But yeah, man, y'all, you tripping, man. And that's my biological cousin, man. You cuz you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. There we go. Listen, please, guys, save all of the. You shouldn't have to do this. Not only are people still speaking on the situation, but I'm giving my people reference points. I've spoke on it in times past, but I've never done it with the visual. So please, save me the after school program, Dr. Martin Luther King speeches. I look at Freeze like another cousin, my bad. Okay, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And he really is. If you guys met each other, Steve, you really would like Freeze. And Freeze definitely would like you. I could see you guys having some intellectual conversations, man, about a lot of things. Seriously. And just to let you guys know, man, I'm gonna have to bring Steve on. He's got a lot of good game for y'all. My cousin, of course, we live two different lifestyles. He's everything that everybody thought that I would probably be. He's married, great career, doing this thing, man. Real talk. But yes, I never had multiple minors, in the case. That is a lie. Once again, she's stating from one of the guys at the plaza said that, yes, he was the guy with the white suit, with the burgundy hat, with the burgundy shoes. And he said that, he came in there, with 4 girls, and all of them look young. All of them look like minors. She's talking about that. If you read the paperwork, once again, you can read it for yourself. Philip Brandon Gilmore, 103-6381. You will see that everybody was of age. The only one that wasn't of age was the one that lied about her age with false identification. Everybody else is of age. And the only person that said that was the guy at the plaza. And you can read this for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Come on.
Possibly 19. One that was possibly 19 who was later determined to be 16. Okay. Go ahead.
Ma'am, that's incorrect.
And then you got to think about this. How dumb did that sound? So you mean to tell me, well, now just listen. I know everybody not fast, but just common sense that ain't common, right? You catch a case with multiple minors. Now let's say if what she was saying is accurate. You got a case with multiple minors. One of the minors you get pregnant. All of the minors you're sending to go prostitute. And you allow this guy to go away from a situation where he gets a minor pregnant. And it's multiple minors that he's presiding over and encouraging to engage in prostitution. You got a chance to put this guy in a correctional facility forever, in prison forever. Instead, you give him a deal where he not only does only 3 years, but he comes back to society with no registration, no lifelong supervision, never told on nobody. There's no sealed documents, nothing sealed within his case. Like, come on, man. I know everybody can't be this slow. Everybody can't be slow. Who would ever get out of a situation like that especially with a public pretender, a public defender, not a paid lawyer, but you have a case with multiple minors, and one of the minors you get pregnant. They got DNA evidence. They say they got, the girl. She's saying this, she's saying that. They got all of this irrefutable, evidence that proves that you pimped, that proves that you did this and you did that. But to only allow this guy to get away with 3 years with no registration, no lifelong supervision, and no convictions pertaining to a child, that's Disneyland. You motherfuckers can't be this slow. You can't be this stupid. You can't allow people to pull the wool over your eyes that damn bad. So again, people, there was no multiple minors. There was no that's why when you see, I'm correcting her. Let's go back.
None of them were adults. There's one that was possibly 19, one that was possibly 19 who was later determined to be 16. Okay. Go ahead.
Ma'am, that's incorrect. The lady Nicole Morton, she's 19, and the lady Jennifer Harper is 23 years old. The lady Lakeisha Jordan, which was the alleged victim in the case, which basically later on that she was 14, had lied about her age and confessed within the motion of discovery that she had told me that she was 19. And there's also corroborative statements other than just my mouth from Nicole Morton and Jennifer Harper, which she stated even in sentencing that the lady, Lakeisha Jordan, had lied about her age. Like I said before, not by anything because pandering, that's what I did.
Right.
I did entice.
Okay, now, right. But why would I believe why would I believe that what you just said was accurate? But that's part of the point, the fact that the victims are so young. But the main point here is that you're pandering. You're using people to obtain money instead of getting a legitimate job.
Notice that she never uses any documentation. Notice that she never said that according to this page within the motion of discovery. Notice that, she never pointed out anything in the motion of discovery at all. She's reading from, just like most of you, and I don't want to bring up dude name, but most people was deceived because he's always reading allegations. He never reads the motion of discovery. He never reads the convictions. He's reading allegations. And again, in allegations, you might read, yes, this person, he did. Oh, let me say this while I'm on this subject, because I've heard him and Johnny Cash one time. Yeah, the girl was retarded. Whew, Lord, sometimes it vexes me that people are this goddamn slow. Again, if someone is underage, that's what they're going to say within the description. They're going to say that, the person was not basically, strong enough of mind to make a decision to basically decide on whether or not they wanted to engage in sexual activities or whether they wanted to participate, in criminality. They're going to say that the person, was, I forgot the exact word, but it's pretty much saying that because the person is a minor, they can't make a conscious decision on whether or not, this is, for me or not. So that's what they're saying. It never said that the girl was retarded. Lakeisha, even though let me stop. I don't want to, I don't want to roast. But no, even though she is a retarded bitch, but she's not retarded, people. And you know what I mean when I say retarded bitch. But again, she will be 29 this month. And, in the future, maybe I'll sit up there and do that. I'll give you guys the opportunity to hear, from Lakeisha's side, her point of view, and just let her just speak and let you go off. Notice that, but have you noticed that all of these individuals are saying this and saying that? And do you see that they have never been able to get the one that I just called? I'm pretty sure, she's at work right now. But Nicole Morton, Lakeisha Jordan, if I'm this like individual that's this monster, why are these bitches still in communication with me? Why are these like you guys got to think about that? Why you don't see them clout chasing? Why you don't see them sitting over there making videos, saying that yes, you know what I mean, he did do this, he did do that. You know what I mean? Why you don't see that? Hold on, let me see what before we move on. Oh, that's easy if you want me to do that. You talking about another case that got dismissed? Man, you guys be trying it, but again, you keep using cases that got dismissed. That never, in other words, you're using incomplete passes to bring up. Listen to what you're saying. Yeah, the case where they handcuffed you. Yeah, you talking about the case that I was out less than 24 hours? The case that the same bitch that said that did this and that dropped the case? The same one that tried to bail me out? You talking about that one? No, I'm just asking. I'm just telling you. I don't got no problem with you. I'm just saying that you're speaking on a case that, just like the previous one, dismissed. Yeah, her acting was very horrible. And not just that. Did you notice that when she told the police that I put my hands on her, notice when they put the spotlight, the flashlight on her body that you didn't see one bruise? Did anybody notice that? Did anybody notice that you're speaking to a pale face? This is not a dark-skinned bitch. This is a fucking pale face. She's Australian, might as well be a fucking cracker. And you mean to tell me that this man put hands on you and you didn't see a fucking scratch on a pale face? Somebody lying. Somebody lying. But instead of these motherfuckers saying, yeah, she lying on that man. She lying on that. But I understand, man. The hatred just come with it. It is what it is.
Okay?
Well, okay.
And I'm wondering how you feel about that now.
Again, the bitch wanted me to make I believe the children are the future. Treat them and let them. You know what I mean? She wanted that from me. She wanted me to sit up there and, cry about, since I've been in the prison, I was like, oh my God. And when the truth of the matter is, the only thing that I was upset about at that time was, yes, the fact that she was very young and, but at the same particular time, sin gonna always tell you both sides of the coin. Is the story sad? Yes, very sad. That you have a girl that was participating in prostitution since the age of 12 years old with her mother. That's the best definition of tragic. That's the best definition of failure. But at the same particular time, on the flip side of the coin, yes, I was very upset because I'm in a situation that don't have nothing to do with my character. I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't fuck with no goddamn kids. Man, why did I even meet this broad? You know what I mean? I'm just giving you my true thoughts at that time. Like, man, this broad was sent from the devil. Man, I don't fuck with no goddamn kids and shit. You know what I mean? I missed the whole damn summer. Got me in prison and all of this shit, man. And I'm like, man, this seemed like a weird ass movie. One minute, man, I'm enjoying my life. I'm doing my thing. Now I'm in prison and shit, man, over some shit that, man, I don't even get down like this. These are my thoughts. I'm just giving it to you like it is. Come on.
Pandering, that's what I did.
Right.
I did entice.
Okay, now, right. But why would I believe why would I believe that what you just said was accurate? But that's part of the point, the fact that the victims are so young.
Why would, but you said the victims were so young and you're not even reading from the motion of discovery. You're reading from your notes that you took from allegations. Whatever happened to the mother? She's good. Now ask me how I know. The mother is good and has no problems with me. Now ask me how I know. course, I can't tell everything now. I'll wait till I bring my book out and everything like that, and lay everything on the table. But just to let you know, if I'm such this bad guy, do you hear what I'm saying to you? If I'm such this horrible guy, then why are they not putting it out there that I am the devil, that I am a predator, that I am a pedophile? Why is she married still answering the phone for me? I got another ex-hoe that's getting ready to get married, a week from now to a bishop. Why is she still calling me? If I'm still this horrible guy, why these women just can't leave me the fuck alone?
The main point here is that you're pandering.
Well,
You're
that is
using
the
people
main-
to obtain money instead of getting a legitimate.
If I was in the States, I would go to the wedding, clean to the motherfucker. I would even sing too.
job. Okay?
Well, okay.
And I'm wondering how you feel about that now.
Appreciate that $2, fam. Appreciate if you giving a financial contribution as far as Cash App or Super Chat and I didn't see it, please forgive me. I'm just into what I'm into right now. But man, blessings to everybody. Come on.
Currently, right now, I apologize to God about it, and I apologize to my family. I come from a prestigious background. Everybody within my family has protocol within the church, so of course I apologize to my grandmother, which is alumni of Wilberforce and things like that.
Just
I
let's
apologize
focus
to
on you.
God.
Let's focus on you, not what the family members did. Okay?
Well, I apologize number one to myself because I know I let myself down, and I'm not just a young man that got into negativity simply because I didn't have any knowledge pertaining to school books and didn't do anything as far as the academics is concerned. So I apologize to myself because I know this is a besetment.
Did you
This
finish
is a
high school,
downfall.
Mr. Gilmore? Did you
Yes, I
finish high
did,
school?
ma'am.
Okay. You said you were.
See, that's what they be wanting in the thing. They be wanting you to pretty much cry and, have some type of what they consider to be compassion and, remorseful and, things like that. And, I can't give you something that's not real. At that time, the only thing that I was thinking of the shame that I brought on my family's name of actually being in a situation like this, because my family, we don't have these type of allegations. I am truly the black sheep of my family. On my mother's side, man, everybody graduating from Wilberforce University. You see my cousin Steven is in here. He has multiple degrees. My siblings, they have I'm the only one that don't got a degree. You know what I mean? Like my family is a very blessed family on my mother's side. Father's side, they are blessed here and there, but for the most part, they involved in the streets. You know what I mean? Hoes, Max, gangsters, and everything like that. My stepdaddy side, yeah, they all the way in the street. But as far as my mother's side, preachers, teachers, lawyers, people with, great careers, multiple degrees, making good legal currency, people that are married. These are what people would classify as respectable people in society. And to have a relative like me, I am truly the black sheep in my family. You know what I'm saying? If you knew who my family is, if you knew my grandmother, mother, and uncle and cousins and everything, you'd be like, man, how did he end up in this situation right here? So excuse me if I'm not crying for anybody and all that type of shit. I was thinking about my grandmother. I was thinking about my mother, my best friends. I stayed on this side. Oh, okay, that's good, fam. Blessings to you, fam. You know, but do me a favor, y'all. We striving to get them likes to 700. Everybody hit the like button. We got over 800 people up in here. You know what I mean? But it's only 594 likes. Let's come on one accord and change that. Because there's been so many lies and falsified information put out there. It'd be a beautiful thing, man, if the truth can finally get out there And so I need the likes. I need you guys to share this and hit the like button on this, man. But blessings to everybody. But yeah, man, that's who I was thinking about. That I let, not only let God down, but my grandmother and my mother down. And, because I didn't come from a family like most people when they be telling them stories how they caught a body at 2 years old. And no. God has been good to me. I didn't, no, it wasn't like that. Come on.
As a musician?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where did you work as a musician?
At Bally's and Indigo Lounge. I used to be a part of a group by the name of Next Movement and various other groups that are still singing here in Las Vegas.
How long did you work with that group, or those groups, or in that capacity?
A year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay. And what years would...
Hold on.
The year of 2005, still singing here in Las Vegas.
How long did you work with that group, or those groups, or in that capacity?
A year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay. And what years would that have been?
The year of 2005, when I exactly came to from Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You also worked as a telemarketer years?
CCA, which is now closed, Capital Credit Alliance that was on Sahara and Maryland Parkway, man.
Okay. And indicates here in your PSI that you drink every day. Do you have a problem with alcohol, or is that social drinking, or what? How would you describe it?
That was social drinking, man. That was every now and then thing.
Talking about social drinking. I didn't even do that, but I'm selling this movie. Come on.
As far as the drinking is concerned, I wasn't an alcoholic like that. It wasn't a daily use.
Okay.
Carlo, man, appreciate that 20, fam. And I see you out in Canada, man. I see the CA. Appreciate that. Blessings to Canada.
You indicated that you were under the influence at the time of this offense?
Yeah, during that time, yes, I would. Not to make any justifications, but yes, I would.
What were you under the influence of?
Cocaine.
Okay. Have you
Codeine. Listen, I had nothing of the sort. Anybody will tell you that no, he does not get high. He does not get drunk. It was just poor negligence. It was just, seeing, wanting to be 10 deep by the summertime, seeing moving fast, seeing basically thinking with his dick, seeing, being young and green, seeing doing what he wanted to do, and seeing not listening to anybody. So, that's what that led to. But all of this, I was on codeine. I was on cocaine. I was on heroin. No, man, no. I was on drugs. Like, oh. Everybody like, come on. Have you ever been on motherfucking drugs? And everybody like, come on. I was strung out. Like, no. Oh, God. Have you ever been a goddamn dope fiend? Everybody like, no, man, I wasn't no dope fiend. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing none of that. These are all lies. Like, no, I was not. No, I wasn't. It wasn't that, people. But I'm selling this movie, man. I'm selling this movie. Come on.
Obtain any treatment, programming, or counseling for that problem?
Other than the Word of God, man, no. I haven't been able to receive any class because during that time I was in protective custody, which they did not allow me to go to classes. If I were allowed to go in.
Hold on. Listen to what was said. Let's go back.
And yes, I would. Not to make any justifications, but yes, I would.
What were you under the influence of?
Cocaine.
Okay. Have you obtained any treatment, programming, or counseling for that problem?
Other than the Word of God, man, no. I haven't been able to receive any class because during that time I was in protective custody, which...
Okay, let me rewind that again so you can hear it. Let me not deal with the drugs. Let's deal with protective custody.
The influence of?
Cocaine,
Okay.
codeine.
Have you obtained any treatment, programming, or counseling for that problem?
Other than the word of God, ma'am, no. I haven't been able to receive any class because during that time I was in protective custody.
During that time, that's what they never convey things right. They just say, "Ooh, protective custody," but they didn't say during that time. During that time. During that time, I was in protective custody. When I first came to CCDC, they put me in the soft tower. Everybody told me that, hey man, you got a good chance of getting out, man. You're in the soft tower, so things couldn't be that bad. Next thing you know, other charges come, they put me in protective custody. Why did they put me in protective custody? Because when you have, you have sexual seduction, and then the girl never even said anything pertaining to assault. But I had to learn how they moved. They brung certain charges, not only because they knew the price of the bail, and they brung multiple upon multiple because they trying to keep me in. Thank you for all the great commentary. Baby, appreciate that profile picture and the $10, baby. Blessings to you. Thank you for that dollar. But when they did this particular thing, they had me in protective custody because of the new charges. And the new charges was, they came in with the seduction, the sexual assault. They came in with multiple panderings, multiple living of the earnings of prostitution, child endangerment, transportation of prostitution. Then other cases came. You know what I mean? So by that time, my bail had went from a little bit over 100 something thousand, where it was looking good for me getting out, and now we're talking about, a bail that's, damn near now, a half a million. They sit up there and raised it up to that for a while, but then cases began to drop. So of course bail, was looking good for me, but for a temporary time, yeah, I was damn near almost up to the half of a half of a million. Freeze called up one time, talking about some, yeah, I would like to know the bill of Philip Brandon Gilmore. Man, that woman sat up there. Hold on. I even let bro tell you. Hold on. Let me see if he up. Hold on. Hey, matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna call you on my other phone so these people can hear you better. Hold on. Call this old ass nigga. So it don't be just seeing talking. Hold on. There we go.
Hello?
Yeah. I want to ask you a question. You remember the time when you called in to the county concerning my bail?
Yeah.
And what did the lady tell you?
Well, she named off each charge and each count because each charge had a different bail amount to it. And she named them off. She like, this charge, got this bail amount, so on and so forth, right? So she named off like a total of 11 charges and 11 different bail amounts. So, I wasn't keeping track while she was reading them off. So I asked her, I was like, so what's the total for all of those bails combined? She just told me straight up, she was a young black chick. She was like, I ain't got time to add up all that. That's too much. She's like, yeah, I ain't gonna add all that up.
And the sad thing is, it got worse after that. I ended up getting, you know what I mean, some more cases, some more charges. It was really looking bad for your boy. A lot of people written me off. A lot of people wasn't thinking that Sin was gonna get out of that. But really, yeah, I was just calling you, bro, to give confirmation of that because we live right now. But I'll get at you later.
All right, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. You know, at that time, they put me in, hold on, there we go. They put me in PC, and like I told you, King Yeller even, and shout out to King Yeller. King Yeller even started breaking things down because he been in PC too in Vegas, and he already know how they do. What they do is this: if you have a high profile case, if you're a celebrity or you have a high profile case or you have any case that has a minor in it, they put your ass in PC. There's no negotiation. The only way that you're going to get out of PC is that you have to sign a waiver, waiving your rights, letting it be known if you get stabbed up, if you get killed, your family cannot sue, you know, the jail for any amount of money because you waived your rights. You know what I mean? So, yes, Sin was in protective custody until I waived my rights. I waived my rights. I returned back to general population, and that shit, it got worse. They didn't send me back to the South Tower. They sent me to the North Tower. And if you know anything about the North Tower and CCDC, you know that it's very depressing. They call it the North Tower, but they should just call it the Depression Tower. Because in the North Tower, all you see is individuals coming back from losing trial. All you see is niggas getting 60 years and over 100 years. All you see is grown men crying. All you see is niggas that, you know what I mean, was acting cool and going to Bible class and quoting scriptures, and now they didn't return back, and now they come back, you understand me, with a guilty verdict. Yes, I was in that tower. So it was looking very depressing. Now, as I paint this picture, you can see why I took my deal. You can see why Sin didn't take it to trial. I was like, man, I already got 13 months in. I got time coming in from the front and the back. It's a category D felony. I'm not about to play with my life. These people coming back with six, and then even the people that's coming back on appeals, a lot of them is coming back 8 and 10 years later. You see your boy Ocean, yeah, he's back, but look how long it took for him to get back. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't want to play them type of games, man. I went ahead and, go ahead and swing that. Make sure I don't have to register as no sex offender because I ain't doing that. No lifelong supervision, no registration, no none of that. I'm just doing the prison time and we done with each other. And that's what we agreed upon, and that's what it was. But yes, as far as the PC, Sin was out of PC. And then what to confirm that, Gilbert and matter of fact, if you go to the Sinful to P and the Family channel, you will see somebody. That's the Crip homie. You know what I mean? He was in the county with me. He will tell you that Sin did his time in general population. He will also tell you that Sin hit the prison yard, general population. When you see Gilbert up in here, Gilbert was another person. That was my cellie, general population. When you hear Daniel, which is Scooter B, sometimes you guys heard Scooter call in when I was on Instagram Live. Sometimes when I'm on YouTube, when Scooter B call in, that was general population, high desert, southern desert. So anybody that wanted to stab me up, anybody that wanted to kill me, anybody that wanted to fight me, they had the opportunity and liberty to do just that. Once again, they had all opportunity. They had all liberty, but it was not that. And it wasn't because I was a tough guy. It was because the mercies of God. And not just that, you know what I mean? My prison time, man, was smooth. Very smooth. I was a young nigga, man, being called an OG by niggas that was older than me. You know, I had a few little run-ins, a few little situations, but for the most part, man, my situation was smooth. It wasn't like everybody else's prison experiences. Come on. So yes, again, when they try to, yeah, he was in PC, they put me in PC. But would you tell the part about me waiving my rights getting out of PC, back in general population in the county? And then when I go to prison, I'm in general population. So all of this trying to create a little J type of narrative, they don't even play with my name like that. I wasn't ducking nobody. I wasn't hiding from no smoke. I've never been a bitch my whole life. I got my cousin in here. People that know me, Rob been knowing me my whole life. I've never been a whole ass nigga in my life. Have I been stabbed before? Shot at, jumped on? Yeah, but you know, I done took some L's. But can't nan nigga say that I punked that nigga. Not nan nigga. So please, with these fake ass false narratives of, oh my God, what am I gonna do when they read my charges? The Vegas niggas is gonna hurt me. If I come to the GP, you know what I mean? Maybe the LA niggas might get me. Oh man, it's gonna be fucked up for me. Like these movies that you niggas be trying to sell, man. You know what I mean? Just what you gotta think about who you trying to sell it on. You don't never hear no niggas say that, yeah, I seen Sin, man. I smacked the shit out of him, man. I told him to get the fuck on. Yeah. yeah. And you just never hear no shit like that. When you hear these guys getting tough, that's some internet shit. All the niggas that you could think of, even in the game, you know what I mean? That was child's play. Because if I ever thought that any of these niggas was ever trying to get on that shit with me, man, I wouldn't even talk like that on the internet, man. You let your imagination be free. You know? But yeah, man, that's on the PC, you know what I mean, situation. Sin went back to general population in the North Tower, in CCDC. If I wasn't in the North Tower, there was times where I was in the hole because I like doing my time in the hole because you get to talk to the bitches in the vent. You know what I mean? Plus, your boy had just left out of there. Everybody like, damn. Oh my God, we could have really had church service with Sinful to P and Mac Minister in here. Mac Minister had just left, but Looney Coleon was still in there. You had Looney Coleon, and you had your boy up in there. I forgot his name. He was a good nigga too, man. He out the Bay Area and shit. Him and this Mexican man, they had robbed the football player on the strip. The football player was walking, he was drunk and shit. They ended up holding him at gunpoint, I think, and throwing his ass in the truck and taking him somewhere. You know what I mean? I forgot the rest of the story, but they got like 40-some years for that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that Mac shit. Because dude was sending bitches at the time, but he just seen an opportunity to come up and he got on some other shit. And yeah, you know, that's just not my cup of tea, man. You know what I mean? That's what we be meaning about all world. You know what I mean? Seeing they known, but I'm just sending hoes, man. If I see a drunk celebrity, a drunk football player, I ain't trying to rob the man and all of that type of shit. Yeah, they gave that man 40 years, man. Washed him up. And he lost the pandering case. Yep, so he got the pandering case and he got that case. Javon Walker was robbed. Was he robbed? Did it happen in Vegas? And what year was it? Because that might be him. I don't know what football player it was, but I just knew the homie and this other dude, you know what I'm saying? They ended up, you know, taking that football player, man. They take him somewhere to try to get his jewelry and shit. Yeah. But let's go.
That allowed me to go to classes. If I were allowed to go in the county, I would have went. But other than that, going to Bible study and studying the Word of God.
Ooh, that sound, I don't know. Yeah, that 2009 is just might be it. But I met him in the hole. Man. He was cool as a motherfucker, man. Real talk, I really hated it for him. You know what I'm saying? I can't even understand why he flipped out. We even chopped it up. And I was like, man, bro, why you try to rob the football player, my G? Like, because he had some cool work. I seen the bitch come visit him. It was no need to sit up there and try to rob a football player, nigga. See, this is how you know the mindset of a pimp. Because if you a pimp and you really pimping and you see a drunk football player, why you ain't called the bitch and send the bitch? You don't put yourself in a bitch situation, but to each his own. May the mercies of God, be in that man's life, because he was cool as hell, man. He made time go by real smooth. All we did was show each other pictures, talk shit, and talk to the bitches in the vent, man. He was cool as hell.
No, it hasn't been any other classes that I come to.
Okay. Have you been able to take any classes or any programming since you've been confined here in prison?
No,
Okay, nothing.
no, man.
And how long have
You a stupid motherfucker. I just caught on to what you said. I be robbing these niggas. I'm a stick up kid. This is how I live. I'm ready to get it. You stupid. I just caught on to what you said. I'm doing bad, y'all. Oh shit. Shout out to the homie.
you just been there 3 months, right?
What, in here, as far as the desert, I've been here since June 9th, man.
Okay.
The 9th of June.
2009.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, you have a problem with gambling?
Not really.
Okay.
I know my limitations.
You have a daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is she?
Currently, right now, she's 1 year old. She's about to make 2 on the 6th of December. I got arrested on the 17th of April, so she was approximately 4 months and some change when I got arrested.
Mm-hmm. And what would you think of someone that, decided that they make a living out of maybe pandering or prostituting your daughter when she becomes?
They always be on that shit. What if somebody do it to your daughter? What if somebody pimped on your daughter? What if somebody had your daughter getting inside of cars? What if it was your baby girl going inside of casinos? They always try to get in their TD Jakes voice. What if it was your daughter catching dates back to back? What if it was your daughter hitting licks off tricks? What if it was your daughter? Like, come on, man. Miss me with the what if it was your daughter's speech, man. Knock it off, man. What if it was your daughter mashing for another pimp's ration? What if it was your daughter following instructions on the road to destructions, listening to a pimp? What if it was your daughter? Slap your neighbor and say right now, what if it was your daughter live at the Potter's house? Like, get your ass up out of here, man. Goddamn. What if it was your daughter? God damn. They always, what if it was your daughter? Shit.
Or 13, or 14 or 15, or any age.
Well, number one.
And like I always say, man, if you pimping on somebody's daughter, if you willing to pimp on somebody's wife, if you willing to send somebody's mother, you know what I'm saying? Then if your daughter just so happened, even though as pimps, we're not pimping for our sons and daughters and nephews, cousins, or whoever to repeat our history. But if they be foolish enough, after we done made a way out of no way, made provisions for them to live a completely different lifestyle, but yet they still choose to be stupid and repeat our history, our love is not an on and off switch. Our love is stronger than the grave. We still gonna love our child. We still gonna love our children. We not gonna sit up there and stop loving our daughter, you know what I mean, because she decided to choose up with a pimp. hey, if my daughter ever decided to be in the lifestyle, you know what I mean, which is something that, you know what I mean, I would want. But let's just say Sin had future daughters, and my daughters, instead of, you know, taking their father's advice and listening to my words of wisdom to do other things in life, let's just say that all my daughters, future daughters, you know, whatever, they decide to rebel against me and say, Father, you did your thing, now it's time to do ours. And let's say they get into the lifestyle and they choose to repeat my history and get involved with some pimps. Do you think that I'm going to kill that pimp? Do you think that I'm going to kill my daughter? Hell the fuck no. I am the game. I'm not going to disrespect myself because my daughter decided to repeat. No, hell no. Y'all got me twisted up. I'm not these niggas. These niggas be sitting over there, oh, not my baby. If if my daughter wants to be in the lifestyle, even though that's not something that I would want, but if you choose that, I would hope that she would have a pimp rather than trying to do it on her own. Because, you know, father's against renegating, you know. I know you squares is y'all heart is broke. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sin would want his daughter if she was to be in the lifestyle to be with a pimp. Yeah, rather than being a renegade, hell the motherfucker, yeah. I don't want them to be in the lifestyle, period. But if you choose to be in it, do it right. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up there, you understand me, and promote renegade. Oh, it's my daughter. Okay, you go ahead and get your money, baby. Don't pay nobody. That's not. I'm the game for real, for real. Yeah, I'm the game. Come on.
I'm back to my sense. I'm back to my conscience. I would instill the word of God and educate my daughter to the fullest. I think that the number one reason why young girls are out there in prostitution is simply because the father is not in the home. And so that's why they go into the streets to basically fulfill a love and a capacity that they missed at home. So that's why they go calling these men daddy, simply because the father was not home. So if the father, the leaders are in the home teaching their daughters how to be women and teaching her value as a woman, then she's going to avoid a young man trying to entice her to become a prostitute because she's been taught the real definition of what love is. So she don't have to go into the streets to look for it.
Oh my God. The movie that I just sold. Y'all didn't even see what I was saying. Did you hear what I just told her? If I'm selling the being at home, you ain't catching it. I'm saying, yes, see, if the father can be at home with the daughter, then that prevents the daughter from wanting to be a prostitute, from wanting to be in criminality. You know, that prevents the daughter from calling another man daddy. If you allow the father to be a father and be at home, get what I'm selling at home, at home, and home. What am I saying? Get me out of prison, bitch. Get me out of prison so I can be a father, you know what I mean, to my child. Get me out of prison, bitch, you know what I mean, so I can get out of here. Because you sitting over here, you speaking against the lifestyle, but keeping me up in here, you know what I mean? This is what helps increase the population, you know what I mean, of prostitutes. This is why the reason why you have teenagers, you know what I mean, in prostitution. Because you got the fathers locked up. You got the fathers on walking a yard instead of sitting over there, you understand me, taking their children to the park. Come on, man. Listen to what the movie that I was selling, man. Come on, you might say, Sin, I don't like that. But hey, when you in front of the parole board, you have to allow them to talk over you. You have to allow them to say things sometimes that's contrary to that which is the truth. They might lie like the bitch did when she was like, yeah, multiple minors. Like anybody might have hearing that, they might emotionally react and call that bitch 30 bitches within 2 seconds for saying that stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But you have to remain your peace. You got to maintain your peace. All right, let's listen to, you got to be bold. You got to be stronger. You got to be wise. You know, when I don't know why. I don't know why that song popped in my head when I seen her. You gotta be bold, you gotta be tough, you gotta be wiser. You know what I mean? I don't know why that popped in my head, but come on.
I hope you do teach your daughter that. And with your religious background, it appears to me that you would help those ones that you found in the street back toward God or a better purpose.
But not to use that realm, like I said. My mother, the type of church that we was raised in, we weren't able to do anything. So when I backslid and left the congregation and came out to Vegas, that's when I began to have fun. Because
Appreciate the 5. You're not. Yeah, but even the truth is a story. That's what you fail to realize. If how many times have you seen a movie and it's like this is based on a true story? But I appreciate the 5 though. Good looking. I get your point, but yeah, I'm not saying anything contrary to the truth. When I say telling a story, you know, you telling your story. You telling your side of it. You telling, you know, what actually happened because you was there. Instead of all the YouTubers and different individuals that dislike you and using this situation for content, you was actually there. You was a part of it. You're the main, you know, the main character. Come on. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but they letting them fireworks really off right now. You would think it's still Canada Day.
things were foreign to me when I was in Chicago and things like that because we wasn't able to do things like that coming up. So I just wanted to
What kind of things you talking about? You weren't able to do pimp and pander or what?
No so-called as far as even pimp or pander. I'm talking about as far as the congregation that I came in, it wasn't even allowed as far as to even have a girlfriend or something like that. That would have been looked at as secular or something contrary to something like that. To avoid fornication, we wouldn't even put ourselves and make provisions for that. So it's like when I finally got the land of liberty, as far as freedom to be able to do certain things, that's when I kind of like lost my mind, you know, to parties and all that stuff.
That's what I'm painting this picture like. I just come from a very appreciate that 5, brother. Blessings to you. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody that you know, I don't care if it was just $1, man. You know, blessings to everybody, you know. But yeah, watch this and watch it good. Check this out. Notice that I'm telling her I come from a restricted, you know, church background where we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. And so the moment when I got, you know, some liberty to do my thing, you know, to get out into the streets to do what I thought that I was big enough and bad enough to do, I ended up in criminality. But what I'm creating, you know, is the fact that, you know, I was restricted, you know, from doing so many things that, you know, the normal kids would have done at that particular time. That man, by the time I finally got a chance to do something, I lost my mind. That's what that's the movie that, you know, I'm saying, which is, you know, in a way it's accurate, but you know, saying don't blame nobody or nothing. I take full accountability for my actions, but we at the parole hearing, man. You have to understand. I'm putting it on thick, man, so I can get the parole. And after all these individuals give their opinions about, oh, she wasn't listening to this and she wasn't listening to that. Yeah, she wasn't, but I got my parole. Seeing you had that girl was young, yeah, but I didn't get convicted for that. Yeah, seeing I heard about, yeah, but I don't have to register. I don't have that on my name. It's like after you finish saying everything that you're saying, it's still the facts are you're speaking on something that I wasn't convicted for. You're speaking on something that happened pretty much damn near 15 years ago. You know, and that lets me know that I've evolved, you know, to a level, and I've been not only evolving, but man, I've been making my life so much better that you guys got to keep going back to 2008. You know, I've been in Canada now for 3 years. Prior to the 3 years of me being in Canada, I was in the States. How come you don't have other situations that you could bring up try to minimize me and criticize me, you know what I mean? But you keep going back to 2008 to verbally crucify me when I was 23 years old. I'm 38 years old now. You don't think that a man evolves from the age of 23 to 38? And I didn't mess with children then, but now, especially that my liberty in society means everything to me, man, I move with more caution. Seeing what do you mean by that? Man, I'm in Canada. You know what I mean? The age of consent here is 16. But I still move like I'm in America and Canada. I don't mess with nobody that's 16, even though it's legal here. I don't even want somebody that's 18. And let me also throw that out there. That lets you know that these guys who talking all of this shit, these guys don't have no goddamn morals, because you'll have guys that tell you, oh man, he was with that 14-year-old or 16-year-old. And after he make these speeches, he go try to pimp on an 18 or 19-year-old. So that lets me know that, you know, the only reason why you're not talking to that 14 or 15 or 16 or 17-year-old is simply because the law forbids it. It's not a moral thing with you, it's a legal thing with you. The white man told you that this is legal. The white man told you that she grown when she 18. But I'm here to tell you that, you know what I mean? How did you come up? Who told you that she was grown when she was 18? I know the white man said that, you know, it was legal, but who told you that she was grown? Who told you that she was ready to even deal with, you know what I mean, the adversities and difficulties that come with participating, you know what I mean, in this lifestyle? Who told you that? Even let's switch it. Even people be like, yeah, that's why I only mess with 21. Who told you that she was grown just because she's 21? I met some 30-year-old babies. I met some 35-year-old babies. I know a lot of people that's over the age of 40 and 50 years old that got a lot of immaturity in certain capacities. Man, miss me with that shit. You guys don't even have a mind to think. All your thoughts come from how they told you to think. They told you to think this. That you guys didn't even hate R. Kelly till they told you to hate R. Kelly. You guys was loving them in the 90s and early 2000s and shit. You knew the past. You knew what had happened. But you didn't start hating them and having anger and disdain for them until the internet told you. Until these platforms on social media told you that you should be angry about this. And that's when you start getting angry. Y'all don't even got your own mind. That's a result of social engineering. You gonna have your own goddamn mind. Them ain't your thoughts, man. That man cruised all through the 90s, all through the 2000s. All of a sudden, motherfuckers do a documentary full of lies and say, hey, you guys should hate him now. Now you got all these celebrities with all this fake hate. You just had your boy Neo talking about, so we shouldn't listen to the music. Now, all of a sudden, he posts, yeah, I still listen to R. Kelly music. Man, these niggas is hoes, man. That's why you can't take people serious. You just got to do your own thing. Come on.
And get the opportunity to do any of those things until I got the age of 21 years old, which was 2005, on April 30th.
Okay, Mr. Gilmore. You're 25 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you said you've returned to your senses.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's hope you maintain that status, okay? And that when you get out of prison, that you know...
You said you washed your hands with R. Kelly when you seen that, right? But you watched Dave Chappelle make a joke. And you guys laughed at that. Of course, now you'll probably switch it up because you're in the comment section and you don't want people to look at you funny. But you guys thought that was funny when Dave Chappelle did that skit. What's funny about a guy urinating on a child? The world was laughing. They were like, ooh, Dave Chappelle, funny as hell. So like I said, man, you just can't take people serious. You can't take these people serious. You can't let man be your judge. You know? Who's without spot, wrinkle, or blemish? Who is holy? No, not one. Let's go.
You know that the right thing to do is, since you have an education, is to do something with that. Try to get a legitimate job. Don't
Bitch, fuck a job.
Advantage of people who have less than you or are more vulnerable than you are.
I'm thinking to myself, like, man, if you don't let me get this parole so I can get back out here and pimp. I got so much pimping to do. I'm just telling you my thoughts, man, as a young nigga, man. I didn't play with women like, yeah, when I get out of here, baby, I'm going to marry you. I didn't tell God, Lord, if you get me out of this situation, I'm going to live for you. I'm going to be saved. I didn't play with God like he was some woman. I kept it 100, man, from the county to prison. Ask anybody that knew me from CCDC, from High Desert to Southern Desert, and they will tell you that the man kept it pimping. Not Allah, not Islam, not none of that. All this shit I'm talking and this parole shit, this is just some parole shit. On the yard, people knew me as Sinful to P. Not Brother Akbar, not Brother Aki, not Brother Gilmo, Sinful to P. I came in Sinful to P, I came out Sinful to P. Simple as that.
Okay. Let me see if Commissioner Keeler has any questions or comments. Okay. Okay. Do you have any closing comments you'd like to make?
I just basically hope that the words that came out of my mouth, that it was interpreted right, because I didn't want to use anything as far as justification. I did commit the crime, apparently living out the earnings, and that's why I got convicted of. It's no taking back from that. But from the same time, since my time of incarceration, it has also been a time of rehabilitation and a time to receive salvation back.
Man, I just got to be 100. I wish you could have seen me stand up, because by then, Sim was like a good 174 pounds, man. I'm playing basketball, full court basketball, man, having 45 games, hitting the yard, dips, pull-ups, burnouts. That nigga right there is in shape. Come on.
Written 153 songs. I'm ready to go back into getting back into my music, and there's a lot of positive things that I feel like I can do, and I can't do them out here incarcerated. I can't reach my daughter. I can't teach my daughter. I can't instill in my daughter what needs to be instilled in these walls. I can't.
What are your plans for the rest of your time in prison until you're eligible to see the board again?
To educate myself and put myself into
Fuck. Do me a favor. Hit that hold on. Hit that like button. Let's get them likes up to 800. Hold on.
What are your plans for the rest of your time?
Damn, why are you struggle streaming? Hold on. You stupid. You thought I was play pimping, didn't you? You stupid. I don't even know y'all's statement.
That I'm very respectful. I don't get into it with the CEOs or anything like that, because that's not what my lifestyle consists of. I just want to get back out there. I want to get back out there to the streets. I'm not used to this. I've never even been into juvenile or anything like that. And I think it's something wrong even with the papers, because with the domestic violence that you spoke on, that case got dismissed, and the other cases that were similar to it had the same alleged victim, and all of those other cases was dismissed. So prior to this, it's only one arrest that I've ever been arrested for, and that got dismissed.
I didn't say you were convicted. I said you were arrested for those charges.
You said arrested. You said arrested as in plural. Prior to this, I only got arrested one time, and that case got dismissed. So this is the only case that really should even be in the system. My whole life, I've been clean. Clean. I've never been probation, none of that. I've never been in any type of trouble.
Okay, anything else?
You have a nice day, ma'am. I appreciate you for giving me
She like anything else? Yeah, because she knew you knew you was just being funky with me, bitch. God damn. You know what I mean? I'm not even that type of guy to be doing all of that with. You know? Hold on. Yeah, she's sitting over here giving me this whole little runaround, and then you putting plural minors and all of this shit. Like I got a large following like King Solomon full of minors and all of this shit. Yeah, bitch, I got a attitude with your motherfucking Methuselah's. Don't be sitting up there lying on me. Then you keep mentioning cases that got dismissed. If the case was dismissed, why are we even talking about the motherfucker?
In here, and I hope you grant me parole.
What happens next? Let me just tell you what happens next, Mr. Gilmore. We will deliberate here.
Salute from West Australia by the way of East Oakland. Appreciate the 5 fam. Blessings to you. Yeah, I'm gonna start this video when we see the likes at 800, because they think I'm playing. So yeah, as soon as the likes say 800, we'll start the video. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, them likes gonna have to say 800, man, for us to get to it, man, because ain't nowhere in the world we got over 800 people and we still haven't touched 800 likes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Okay, we can get to it, man, you know.
But it takes 4 commissioners to grant or to deny parole. So in addition to the 2 of us, there has to be 2 other people that vote. After the final vote is in, the decision is final, the prison will be advised of the board's decision. And thereafter, your caseworker will advise you in writing of the board's decision. Okay, that'll be probably 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks after the final vote is in. Okay. Right. And good luck to you, Mr. Gilmore.
God bless you. Thank you, dear.
Thank you for your time.
She got it but a month.
Yeah, hold on. All right, we done with that. We done with that, man. Might as well get that last one out the way. I was going to separate, but fuck it, man. Hold on, y'all. Straight to it, nigga. No talking.
Hey, good morning, sir. Please state your full name and
Hold on. Last video. Hold on, let me set this up. Hold on, bam. Okay, there we go. Yeah. This the video, Prince. This the video they love using. You know, he said he was a boyfriend. Hold on, this bitch getting out of pocket. Hold on.
I don't know how to respond to that.
You don't need to know how to respond to that. Man, you know, seeing retarded, you know, I barely even get on this thing, man. You know what I mean? I don't even know what be making her come out of nowhere at times. And she be talking about some she don't know how to respond to that. She just be getting all out of pocket. You know? Hold on. All out of pocket. All right. As you can see, I finished my first sentence. I'm on my second sentence at this time. As you can see, my hair is longer. I'm still struggling. I still got the struggle braids, you know? But, you know, my hair has grown since that time. You know what I mean? This time, I got one of the gladiators. You know, my LA niggas know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Never allowed no fag to touch my hair. You know what I mean? Sin knew how to, you know, I could do the little chain braids, things like, but I ain't nice with it. You know, OG was nice with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, one of the OGs from Gladiators, man, used to braid hair. We used to take care of him, man. You know, OG was real cool. You know, he really was. All right, let's get to it, man.
Hey, good morning, sir. Please
William, appreciate that 10, fam.
your full name and NDOC number for the record.
Philip Brandon Gilmore, 6381.
Hey, good morning, sir. Today's date has been set for a parole hearing. We're hearing you for a March 21st, 2000 parole eligibility date. And this is on case number 244.
6381.
Want y'all to hear that number?
Philip Brandon Gilmore, 6381.
Hey, good morning, sir. Today's date has been set for a parole hearing.
Hold on. Give me just a second. Matter of fact, I'm going to just Cause it keeps stopping, man. Like, why are you doing all that ghetto ass shit? I'll let y'all just look at the damn view to see and get this ready, man. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and restart it, man. You know, go ahead and restart it, man. Cause you pausing too much for me. Way too much. Let me look at these comments, man. Cold part about it is, you know, not bragging, but by the grace of God and the mercies and drinking water and eating fruit, that's how I'm looking now. My hair is just longer. Yeah, my hair longer than that now. I'm not, I probably got like 20 something pounds on him though. Cause that nigga was he in the 170s with it. Hold on, I don't want y'all to see my password around here. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. But yeah, man. Niggas be using that video. Yeah, he said that, you know what I mean? He was on dope. Sin was getting high. He lied to us. Just anything to try to make the pimping look like, you know, I lied to you, as if you're that important for me to lie to you. Hold on. For me to just, you know, go ahead and just, like, how could I, man, I gotta lie to them and tell them that I never been high. Like, how does that benefit me? All right, hold on. All right, cool, y'all cool. All right, hold on. Where is it? There we go. All right. Should be good. Hold on. All right, let's go.
Hey, good morning, sir. Please state your full name and NDOC number for the record.
Philip Brandon Gilmore, 103-6381.
Hey, good morning, sir. Today's date's been set for a parole hearing. We're hearing you for a March 21st, 2010 parole eligibility date. And this is on case number 244542, which is a pandering conviction that you received 12 to 32 months on. At the institution,
William, appreciate that 10.
Notice of parole hearing and advisement of rights and signed it. Is this your signature on that form, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For the record, you've been properly noticed of this hearing and advised of your rights. So, you know, we've heard your case down here before. So I'm familiar with your case, but for the record, if you just tell us what happened in this case and why you were involved in it.
At the time, I was affiliated with somebody who was a prostitute, and by me having a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with her, which allowed me to meet other prostitutes, and during my relationship with her, I ended up meeting Mrs. Lakeisha Jordan, which deceived me into thinking that she was of the age of 19 years old with false identification. And by me believing that she was 19, I went on with the living of the earnings of prostitution. To verify that I was under the impression that she was 19, they held her in CCDC for almost 3 days before they found out her actual age, which was one of the reasons.
Yourself in the case, I mean, that you've already been found guilty. You know, she was 14, and there may have, you know, been some deception there about her age to you or not. That's irrelevant. You know, that was resolved in court.
Which I understand what he's saying. Like, okay, yeah, you was deceived. Yeah, the police did what they did, but you took the deal. We're at the parole board. You don't have no criminal history. We just here to give you parole, buddy. We ain't trying to hear all of that. Let's go.
That's no. What I was saying was because I was informed.
We know you're gonna go back out there and pimp, and we're gonna be here hoping that you make it back so we can get paid off of you again. Let's go, sir.
Within
That's their mentality. Let's go.
stipulations of the parole, there might be some things pertaining to a sex offender or a crime against a child or something of that nature. And what I pleaded guilty to was a pandering and a living of the earnings of prostitution as an adult. It had nothing to do with minor due to the fact that I was deceived, and that was within the deal. So that's why I was giving clarity so we can have an understanding instead of a misunderstanding.
Okay.
And if you look at the video, you see that I've been sitting over there from ancient times to recent times. I have still been the same man. My story has not changed. I've been telling the same story. And 1036381, the motion of discovery, has been telling the same story since the beginning. It's the YouTubers, it's the haters, it's the goofies. They keep editing the story to fit the narrative for views, for content, because they struggle. A lot of individuals are not good content creators, so they can only really beef. Shout out to them. I ain't mad at you. Get paid. But all I'm simply saying is, if you listen from the very beginning and you listen to my story now, what has changed? And for those that have actually read it, or for those that have a desire to go read it, it is an open case. You can receive the paperwork yourself. You might know somebody that is a lawyer. You might know somebody that, is good, got a good, ask them to get the information. Nothing is sealed. You can read everything. 1036381, Philip Brandon Gilmore. What have I hidden from you? The only reason why even, you know who, I'm not even going to mention his name, even got what he got with the visuals is because sin has always announced his government name. If I was ashamed of anything or trying to hide anything, why the fuck would I be saying my government name? He didn't have to do no thorough research to find out my government name. I've been saying my government name since the beginning. That's not a nigga that's hiding. Some of you are my Facebook friend. How long have my shit been Phil Gilmore and Philip Gilmore? For the longest. So why are these niggas sitting over there acting like, yeah, I got receipts. I came with the receipts. Bitch, you ain't came with no motherfucking receipts. You ain't do nothing but put my motherfucking name in and take the videos that who had years ago. Come on, man, knock that shit off. You got YouTubers on here talking about, yeah, I done my research. And the people in the comment section be like, ooh, how you get these videos? Oh my God, they better not mess with you. You's a bad motherfucker. Like all of this stupid ass shit. It's just dumb. You know what I mean? These YouTubers ain't doing nothing but taking old ass videos that got, because I gave the information. He didn't expose shit. I told about the case. All you got to do is go to listen to the video, the reason why Sinful the P did years in prison. I spoke about that before he had ever even spoke on it or put any video out. It was that video that led to him coming out with the visuals and all of that. Come on, man, knock it off. Didn't nobody expose me. Knock that shit out.
Well, let's, move forward from that. If we give you an opportunity for parole, we will decide what conditions that we feel comfortable with, irregardless of that, okay?
All right.
All right, sir. So,
did you notice how when I said that she lied about her age or her remaining in CCDC for 3 days? Did you notice how, when Sin always says that I don't have to register or, when matter of fact, hold on. I might have that for you. I might have that for you. Give me 1 second. I might be able to do you that favor. Hold on. Let's try to make it focus, man. Damn. That motherfucker is not focusing. Shit. I know y'all can barely see that. Damn, man. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me try this way. Damn, I know how I'm gonna have to do. Hold on. Let me try. Hold on. Somebody say focus, man. Focus. That shit ain't focusing, man. Oh, shit. Hold on. Because I have it. I actually have it where. Hold on. Damn. I don't know why. Okay, hold on. Let me do it like that. Nope. Hold on. I got an idea. I'll do it later. Or that's what I do. I don't even know why I'm tripping. Those that's on my community tab, I just post it on the community tab. And what I do is I post it on my Patreon. Yeah, I post it on Patreon. And after I do this video, I put it on the community tab. Hold on. Damn. I don't know why I wasn't able. Boy, I tell you, boy, y'all talking about iPhones and all of this shit. Well, I got the best ones. And this ain't even it. Hold on, man. Damn. I got you though. Hold on.
You come to prison. Yeah, I mean, this is your only convictions, these 2 felonies that you're here for, and your first time in prison, right?
It's my first time ever being arrested in life.
Yep.
Period.
Okay. So what have you done with your time in terms of programming, sir?
I got into the Oasis program and also been going to Bible classes.
Oh yeah, I remember one time some dumbass YouTuber gonna say that the Oasis program was for sex offenders. No, you dumbass. First of all, I was never a sex offender, and number two, the Oasis program was not for no damn sex offenders. That was for anybody, you know what I mean, that wanted the program. You damn fool. It's like, see, he's in the Oasis program. The Oasis program, that was for sex offenders. That's some old falsified information. No, it had nothing to do with no goddamn sex offenders. Boy, people just be talking and just running their damn mouth and don't know what the hell they talking about. Man, come on.
Various of religious studies since my time of incarceration, from the desert into now.
So have you completed Oasis?
No, that is a 9-month program.
Okay, and when did you get into that?
I got into it October the 21st.
Okay. On the other side of programming is participating or abiding by the rules and so forth, and it looks as though that as of now you've been disciplinary free since you've been incarcerated. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, is that I'm going to go over your notice of parole hearing and your risk assessment, actually, and then talk to you about the findings of that, and then talk to you about your release plan. According to our records, that you were between the ages of 20 and 24 first time you were arrested, which was this case, right?
I was 23 at the time, yes, sir.
So that puts you between 20 and 24, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've never had probation or parole revoked, given this is your first case. According to the PSI, that you were employed for 8 of the previous 12 months of committing this crime, or being arrested for this crime, full time. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
Okay. And you've never been convicted of any property crimes. And according to your PSI, that you've had serious problems with drugs or alcohol. In fact, in your PSI, it said that you admitted to consuming alcohol on a daily basis, and marijuana about 4 times a month, and using cocaine daily. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So we would consider that.
And they've been using this video to slander. He was a drug head. He was. Man, I've never been high or drunk before, man, in my life, man. You know, again, it was just a movie that I was selling, man. I was selling an image, man, so I can get my parole. You know what I mean? I've never been high or drunk before in my life, man. I was selling a dream. You know what I mean? I'm just selling a dream, man. I'm doing the same thing that they be doing, man. That's all. I'm just endeavoring to get my parole. You know, but yeah, they always use that. Oh my God, y'all listening to this man and he was on cocaine and codeine? Oh wow, like, come on, man, knock it off.
That is abuse of drugs and or alcohol.
Yes, it
You
is.
are male. You're between the ages of 21 and 30. That you were 25 years old. You've not been.
Let's get them likes to 900. Let's see if anybody that haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure you click on the subscribe and bell button. You know what I mean? I said subscribe. Make sure you click on the subscribe and bell button. Come on.
Validated as a gang member by NDOC. You have your GED or higher level education. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
We've talked.
Another thing that I haven't brought up is the fact that Sin doesn't have any tattoos. You don't find any BPSN. You don't find, you understand me, no pyramid. You don't find, you understand me, Chief this. You don't find, you understand, Big Phil this, Sinful to Pete. You don't find none of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have Finball rolling on my back. I don't have none of that. And so by me not having no tattoos or none of that, you know, that's so better coming in the system. They couldn't categorize me and put me in that mess at all. All that little mess they be trying to put real niggas in, you know what I mean? They couldn't do that with me. I ain't had no tattoos or none of that. You know, and 38 years old. And if I'm 38 and I ain't got no tattoos, you already know it's pretty much over for that. You know, Sin ain't getting no damn tattoos. Come on.
You've been disciplinary free since you've been incarcerated, and you are currently in medium custody. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that all comes out to being statistically a low risk to go out there and reoffend.
Do you hear what's being said? I'm a monster. I'm a predator. But they have me at low risk custody. Did you hear? You didn't hear what the man said. Let's go back. They, you know, of course, them other YouTubers, they not gonna play all of this. Now here's the monster. Here's the predator. Here's the guy that's just he just out here fucking with kids. Look what type of custody. What custody you got me in again?
And you are currently in medium custody. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that all comes out to being statistically a low risk to go out there and reoffend. Okay? You agree with that?
Reiterate that one more time.
It came out indicating that statistically you'd be a low risk to reoffend.
Yes, that is correct.
And that's the same thing NDOC came up with. That doesn't mean that you won't go out and reoffend, but, because this depends on what you do, but there's good odds that you can be successful. So tell us about your release plan, where will you live and how will you provide for yourself legally?
I will go reside with my grandmother, Sandra Evans, which is like 15 minutes away from here on Gold Brush. And I'm going to definitely pursue my music. And I'm going to go back to probably singing in the lounges because I've got confirmation from Boyd's that I'm definitely welcome back to join Next Movement and sing in various lounges again. So that's why I'm going to provide for myself, my voice, my music.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, sir. Let's see if any of the other commissioners have questions.
I don't have anything, sir.
No.
Okay.
And look at, see, and you right. You know what I mean? Black bitch was on some bullshit. White man was on some like, hey man, yeah, okay, right. Okay. We're giving you parole, sir. We already had in our minds that we was giving to you. You're at low risk custody. You don't have no history prior to this situation. You haven't been causing any destruction since you've been locked up. You ain't caught no new case. Everything is done away with. Like, we letting you out. Everything was smooth sailing. But if you listen to these YouTubers, you know what I mean? They be using this video like, oh my God, just look at him. Just look at him. Just look at this mastermind criminal. Just look at this devil. Just look at him. He got nothing but satanic things on his mind. The moment that he get out, how could they have allowed him to get out? They be just saying it. And they just be in the comment section, ooh, he look like he messed with kids too. Girl, he ugly as hell. He look like my third baby daddy. I don't even talk to him no more. You know what I mean? Just all type of shit. Come on.
State of Nevada, it takes 4 commissioners in order to grant or deny parole, as you already know. There's 3 of us here today. So after you leave, we will deliberate. Later, we'll make a recommendation to the full board. Once 4 members agree to grant or deny parole, it becomes a final decision in the board. And you'll get that decision in writing in about 10 business days from the final vote. Typically taking about 2.5 to 3 weeks to get to you. Good luck, sir.
And that was the end of that. That was the end of this video. You know, that's the end of this. And we come to the end. Let's see. Ooh, we pretty much done early. Okay, cool. Okay, so look, this is what I do for you guys. Let me just make some calls right quick. And anybody that wants some smoke, anybody that want to cuss me out, you know what I mean, I'll give you the chance. Just give me like a good 30 minutes to an hour. I'll be back. Let's say it's 12:48. Yeah, Santa be back 1:30. Yeah, we'll have a call in. You know, we have a little short call in because I got other videos I want to do tonight. You know what I mean? But now, when they say that sin did this and sin did that, you should be able to say, no, sin did not do this and sin definitely did not do that. As a matter of fact, I think that I can do this. Hold on, give me 1 second. I've got a plan. Hold on. I have a plan. Let me see if, okay. Let me see if I can do another one. Give me a second. Okay, give me 1 minute, man. Well, less than that, really. Hold on. All right. Let's see something. Let's see something, man. Can you see that? Let me know if you can read. Because they did me wrong one time. Because it was in my deal that I didn't have to register. And they was on some bullshit with me at the time to try to, you said no? Damn, you can't see that? Shit. Hold on. Well, look, this is what you can do. Since you can't see it, I thought that you could. You know, I thought that you could read that. Like, you can't see that much? I'm looking dead at it. You can't see it. Let me know if you can't. If you can't see it, you can go to the community yourself. Okay, hold on. Yeah, motherfuckers talking about, I got prescriptions on P now. Damn, you blind ass nigga. But anyway, man, just go to the community part and you'll be able to see everything, man. Blessings to everybody. Meet me back at 1:30. Again, now you got 2 videos that you can use against people when they bring up, the charges and all of that type of shit. Now you got some get back. You can use those 2 videos. You don't have to argue with nobody. You don't have to argue in comment sections. You can just simply say that, you know what I mean? And the people should be able to see it, man. You should just be able to post them links and it should be all good. But we'll be back, man, at 1:30, man. See you guys in a little bit. I'm gone.